So Hall of Fame is, like I said, where we get real nerdy talking about specifics of gear. We started our own Hall of Fame just for another reason to talk about drum stuff. That's it. That's all it is.
Everyone else has a Hall of Fame. Why can't we?
Why can't we? We don't have trophies that we send these companies or anything. But maybe
we
if it gets, we ought to be like, congratulations.
We could send them a mug.
We need nominees too. We don't nominate anyone. We just pick something and we're like, you win. You win this time.
How do you know? Maybe we do. We have a committee. We have a board of directors that nominates these things.
All right.
Tell them that
the narrative. This is growing. It's growing. We just like to take a minute to highlight certain things and then talk about our experiences with it. So the 7th inductee into the Drum Key Hall of Fame is, thank you, ProMark Hot Rods.
Ooh, yeah. Oh man.
This is these are actually hot rods. Hot rod, the term hot rods has kind of been stolen. It's kind of like people calling tissues Kleenexes.
Right.
But those right there are ProMark hot rods.
Yes.
In addition to making the hot rods, they also have Thunder rods, which are the same diameter but just thicker dowels. Mm-hmm. Cool rods, which are thinner dowels, less thinner dowels, and then Thunder rods, which are bigger dowels, just the big meaty boys.
Mm. But the general term is multi-rod.
Right.
You know, there's synthetic ones, wooden ones, some with the a wooden handle, but these are the ones that I think really started it all back in the day. You know, these were the originals, and everyone else has been trying to, I think, copy them for all these years. And these are definitely our best seller and most versatile ones. Mm-hmm. I love them. You play them?
Oh yeah, got 2 pair in my pack.
Gotta have them.
Yeah.
Now, you know, do you? How long does a 1 pair last for you?
Well, I've had the same 2 pair.
Listen to you now.
He starts a sentence that way. He's had them a while.
I've had them a long time. I tell you what.
I need to start taking some lessons with you.
I'm a very light hitter, and I'm so cheap that a pair of sticks will last me a year, you know, and they'll still look brand new.
Guy.
You know, like
I love this guy.
They'll actually, you can feel them wear out. Yeah. The tips and the shoulder wear out faster for me than they chip up.
Yeah.
Because whenever I'm looking at my stick bag during a gig or a tour, and I'm like, man, I got all these brand new sticks, but I'm so cheap, I don't want to start using them yet.
Right. These still got some life into them.
Yeah. And then I'll see like someone in the audience having a really great time, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to get a new pair out tomorrow night. These sticks are going to that person in the audience, or like a kid in the audience.
Oh, of course.
Always.
That's awesome.
That's always the thing I do. But that being said, I love playing with those.
The hot rods?
Yeah, those particular ones.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What's your second one favorite? Do you like the cool rods at all, or the?
I have a pair. They're all black, and they're maybe Regal tip.
Okay. Yep. Blastics.
Regal tip Blastics.
Yeah. I love those actually because they have the little rubber bands on them, and you can adjust them. And I just like the feel of them. I like the sound.
We have another set because Regal Tip. No one knows what's going on with these guys.
Okay,
those were probably our second best-selling rods that we've had. The Blastics.
Yeah.
They have the nice wooden handle. Mm-hmm. They're pretty nice, but they play a little differently than these. There's a little bit more give to them.
Yeah.
But we always did well with those, but we can't get them.
Yeah.
They're back ordered everywhere. Regal Tip was retooling for the past 10 years. Who knows what's happening with those guys? Yeah. If you're listening, call us and tell us what's going on.
Regal Tip.
We have no idea what's going on. But I did find another pair. If you do like those, Meinl makes a great set with a nice wooden handle with the adjustable bands as well that we started stocking. So I came across those, and they're a good alternative.
Yeah, and I think it's important to say that if you're a drummer that hasn't tried any rods or any brushes, or like if you literally just played with drumsticks, the quickest transition from drumsticks into these other multi-rods is going to be something like Thunder rods or hot rods particular, because they're still rigid. As soon as you start to get into a lot of the synthetic stuff, then you got a little bit more, like if I had some here, I could like just bend them.
Yeah.
Right? They're much more flexible. So that really, like, you kind of have to anticipate that when you're playing. Mm-hmm. And we were talking earlier, it takes a little bit of adjustment period to get used to playing a new pair of sticks or a new weight of this. Same thing with rods. Same thing with rods. The important thing with rods, especially if you want to make them last a long time, is you can't be wailing like you are playing drumsticks.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people grab rods or politely recommended to use rods in certain establishments because they're playing too loud.
Right.
And then they grab a pair of rods and play just as hard.
Yeah.
And they bust up really fast. And they're like, wow, what a waste of money.
Sure.
You know?
Because they are a bit price wise, I think bigger, a little bit more than
Yep.
the drumstick,
Yep.
right?
A little bit.
You know, but
Yep.
I don't know. Like, I would say I'd probably use these type of sticks maybe 10% of the time I'm playing. But that 10% is really, really important.
Mm-hmm.
You
Sure
know,
is.
as opposed to like a $10 pair of sticks. What is the price point on that? You think?
These are
they're $25 now.
$25.
Yep.
Yeah.
But they're really valuable when you need them. You know, like
but you don't want to play them like normal sticks because
Probably
you are
not.
going to chew these suckers
Yeah.
up and they're going to start flying apart. So this is not your answer to little Johnny in the basement. Your drums are too loud and you want to
Right.
quiet them down because, well, actually, I take that back. No, but get these and buy 100 pair
Yeah.
of these.
and some silent heads,
Yeah.
and some silent cymbals.
Yeah.
No, but on the real tip, they're not the they're
They're not the solution to everything.
they're a different tool.
Yeah.
They just
different
add
tool
different
in your toolbox.
Yeah, they add
absolutely.
different texture to your playing. They're not a alternative to bashing and crashing.
One of my favorite drummers of all time, Levon Helm.
Yes, this is where we divulge into talking about Levon Helm
Okay.
for the rest of the podcast.
All right. Well,
He
I'm
is
this
like
guy.
my
I'm just
guy,
kidding.
dude.
Okay. So I've had the really great fortune of not only meeting him, playing with him. I recorded a record up at his place. I played at his
Incredible.
place like a lot, and whenever I see these,
Yeah.
it's like right there's Levon.
Yep.
You know, like, but when he plays those on a record, you can hear it. It's like it's
Yeah.
a feel. It's a slappy kind of thing that he, you know, that it's
Absolutely.
immediate. You know that he's playing with those.
It's so organic,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
his drums just have a different sound to them. I think,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
and this is going off topic a little bit, but like nowadays in studios and such, I think drums are just so compressed, and so you could be playing on anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But his drums, you can hear every articulation. You can
Yeah.
hear where he hit a little bit on the side. He's hitting up at the top
Yeah.
of the
Oh, yeah.
drum.
Yeah,
you
it's
can hear it
truly
all.
recording the instrument that's
Yeah.
being played in the room and trying
Right.
to capture that versus
You can hear these things being played.
Yeah,
You absolutely can.
I'm really good friends, and another really wonderful drummer. Shout out to Justin Gwip if you're ever listening here. Justin is a longtime friend, and he worked at Levon's studio. He was like Levon's second drummer. Whenever Levon would go play mandolin or something, Justin
Yeah.
would jump in on drums.
Wow, so cool.
Just a wonderful guy. You know, we've talked about these kinds of you know, sticks and hot rods and things like that. But yeah.
And this was his studio that he had in New York, right?
Yeah,
Is
it's-
it Woodstock?
Yeah, Woodstock, New York.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Levon Helm Studios.
Yeah,
man.
That's great,
big
man.
shout
So
out to
cool.
those cats. I know a lot of folks up there.
Man, that's cool.
Just good people. I've never been. I've been.
Oh.
I've been planning trips to go.
We
like
should
I
all
literally
go
want to
together.
go. We should.
We should go to a
That'd
show
be awesome.
together.
I would
Yeah, we
love
should.
that. Go see
Yeah.
a show and hang and.
And then go to your lake while we're up there.
Yeah, I have family in upstate. Not so Woodstock would be a little bit of divergence, but
Yeah.
but yeah, I've got family in New York. Every time I'm in New York, I'm like, maybe I should.
Oh, you should.
know, and that would be. But for real, it's on the record. I'm going to take you up
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah.
And just great people. So much great music and just family collaboration. Like when I think of that, I think of that group and like everything that Levon did.
Oh, absolutely.
I think of just family and like
Yeah.
that's the reason why I play drums. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And that's the complete opposite of so many people focusing on, you know, the money and the business side of things to the point where they're just like copying trends. And I'm just like, leave all that aside. This is what it's about.
Yeah, it's you know, the what Levon and the guys in the band stood for was everything that every major musician wanted to be. When that first record came out, you know, guys like Eric Clapton were just like, I've been doing this wrong like all along. I'm playing too much. I got to
Yeah.
get back to the roots of all these things and the feel of it and
Absolutely.
you know, the music part of it. You know, it's yeah, I could go on and on about
I
this
know,
stuff.
man.
Oh,
I know.
absolutely.
That's what
But
we're here.
It's
That's
so
what we're
funny
doing.
that
Yeah.
because I
It's brought up, just these
Hot
rods
rods.
brought up so much.
Yeah,
I know.
I actually, so if you get when we make it up to Woodstock
Yes.
and we go to the Ramble, I'll also show you right down the road in Woodstock. There is Levon's gravesite, and you know, since his passing, every time I'm in town there, if I'm playing a show up there in either at Levon's place or at the Bearsville Theater right down the street, I'll go and stop at the gravesite first. Leave a little memento, and I've often left
Nice.
my, if I have an old pair, I'll just leave them there, at the gravesite and stuff. So, yeah, it's just like a
Absolutely.
little paying your respects, and then
Yeah.
it's good mojo.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I love how you're absolutely right. As soon as you mentioned him, I was like,
Yeah.
you can hear them.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can hear them. And using it as a sonic instrument, it's, a lot of people view rods and view brushes and different things as like a means to they don't view it as a sound source or
Yeah.
affecting the sound. They're just like, we're trying to play with sticks, but in a
Yeah.
different volume or in a different style.
Yeah.
But it's just like, own what you're doing. And every time I sit behind drums when I'm recording, my goal is to get the engineer or whoever to make it sound like what I hear.
Yeah.
I'm the one tuning the drums. I like how this sounds.
Yeah.
Capture that vibe. Very cool.
My earliest memory is seeing Dave Grohl play these on
Unplugged, MTV Unplugged.
That was my earliest memory.
Yeah.
Like, what are those things
Yeah.
that he's playing and not knowing what they were?
Man, Dave Grohl is such an amazing, you know what I mean, source of all things.
He's
know?
like an enigma.
Yeah, I love the guy.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan.
but that's my
Yeah,
early memories.
yeah. MTV Unplugged.
TV
man.
Unplugged, and he's playing these things.
Yeah,
Man,
And here they are.
the sales
Hall
after
of Fame,
that.
baby.
the same exact pair.
Yeah, the same exact pair.
There they
These
are.
are them.
Yes,
There they are. Buy them only at Drums Etc.
and we have 20 pairs. So
There you go.
happen to have 20 pairs,
20 pairs
of
of
the
same
original
pair that Dave Grohl played.
for only $24.99 free shipping.
There you go.
We don't really ever sell. I mean, we talk about gear, but we don't ever say, "Hey, buy this."
Nah, I'm not
But buy
worried
these.
about
These
it.
are Dave Grohl. Give me a
Definitely
call.
buy these.
I'm not worried about it. No, we're giving to the community. We're not taking from them.
Yeah.
Cool. So let's move on and jump into our quick question.